Welcome to today's episode, where we dive into the escalating conflict between the United States and Iran, a situation that not only threatens regional stability, but has far reaching consequences for global security and economic health. The gravity of this conflict cannot be overstated, as it has the potential to reshape power dynamics in the Middle East and affect economies and societies worldwide. The latest developments include a significant military engagement as the United States launched major airstrikes on Iran's Kharg island, a critical hub for the country's oil exports. This move signifies a dramatic escalation as the war enters its third week without signs of de escalation. These strikes were a direct response to Iran's recent drone and missile attacks, which targeted American bases, embassies, and energy infrastructure across 9 countries in the Middle East, including notable attacks on facilities in Riyadh and Dubai. In retaliation, the United States has taken substantial measures to ensure the safety of its personnel and citizens. Embassies in several nations have been closed, non-essential staff evacuated from 6 countries, and American citizens urged to leave 14 regional countries. This has resulted in a complex evacuation operation involving canceled flights and chartered evacuations. President Trump has taken a bold stance, criticizing allies such as Spain and the UK for refusing to allow access to their military bases, threatening economic repercussions, while simultaneously urging a unified international action to secure the strategically critical Strait of Hormuz. The conflict took a tragic turn with a U.S. Tomahawk missile strike, which, due to outdated intelligence, mistakenly hit an elementary school, resulting in the loss of at least 175 lives, most of them children. This incident has sparked an outcry, intensifying global pressure to end the hostilities. A preliminary investigation by the U.S. military acknowledges the error, attributing it to the building's change from its former naval use. International condemnation has been swift, with the UN Security Council passing a resolution denouncing Iran's attacks, although Russia and China abstained. A counter-resolution by Russia did not pass, highlighting the fractures within the global response to this crisis. Amidst this backdrop, Israel has expanded ground operations in Lebanon against Hezbollah following an extensive air campaign. This has led to the displacement of over 1 million people, further exacerbating humanitarian concerns in the region. The origins of this conflict can be traced to escalating tensions under the Trump administration, with both the US and Israel pledging intensified military actions aimed at undermining Iran's regime. Iran has countered by targeting oil tankers and refineries, leveraging the strategic importance of the Persian Gulf to disrupt global oil supplies. The United States has responded by deploying additional military forces to the region, including 5,000 Marines and sailors, and placing a $10 million bounty on Iran's new supreme leader and key officials. However, in a bid to maintain some level of control over the economic fallout, the U.S. has thus far avoided direct hits on critical oil infrastructure. In Tehran, pro-regime demonstrations have been met with airstrikes, symbolizing Iran's leadership's defiance despite facing significant internal and external pressures. The implications of this conflict are vast. The disruption of oil supplies has already rattled energy markets, prompting the International Energy Agency to release 400 million barrels from strategic reserves. This move underscores the potential for a severe economic impact, as supply chain disruptions could lead to a looming food crisis, particularly affecting regions dependent on humanitarian aid. The conflict has also heightened threats to vital trade routes, as commercial ships face increased risks in the Gulf, necessitating naval escorts. The broader geopolitical landscape is equally affected. Prolonged conflict could lead to a spike in global energy prices, exacerbating inflation and slowing economic recovery. Diplomatic tensions are mounting, with allies such as France deploying warships following attacks on their bases, and Ukraine responding to Gulf states' requests with drone support. Within Iran, the regime faces instability amid civilian flight attempts and questions over the war's legality, potentially paving the way for regime change or prolonged instability. On the domestic front, the United States grapples with increasing political pressure over the school strike era and the toll of mounting casualties. Global alliances are being tested, reflecting strains under President Trump's unilateral actions and demands. Without swift diplomatic intervention, this conflict risks drawing in additional nations, significantly altering Middle Eastern power dynamics and potentially triggering humanitarian crises on a scale not seen before. In conclusion, The situation between the United States and Iran is a complex tapestry of geopolitical maneuvers, military engagements, and strategic interests, all of which carry profound implications for the future. As we monitor developments, the need for thoughtful diplomacy and strategic foresight becomes ever more crucial. The stakes are high, and the world watches closely, hoping for a resolution that averts further catastrophe and fosters stability in a region that remains pivotal to global peace and prosperity.